The silver truck's back. The long-awaited return of the quote-unquote cheapest third gen on marketplace. And I started calling it the New Yorker, and then eventually I'll call it Scrappy. But we're going to bring this old girl back, and initially bought it because it was a non-runner and needed a starter. Listen to it, Craig. Yep. So, also I bought this thing for the Bradford flatbed because, well, the price of the truck really wasn't that sweet if it didn't come with the Bradford bed. So we pulled the Bradford off there, we sold that, and now we're going to cure the frame. And well, you got some surface rust starting here and there, and we got to amend that. We got to cut off the brackets for the flatbed so that we can put factory stuff back on it, because, well, I flipped enough of these trucks to know that there's not quite enough left right on the bone if you try to customize them without, customizing them too much. You go too far on the customizing, you end up spending more than the truck's gonna ultimately bring you in the end. So we'd like to see a little bit of return on it, so we're gonna give this thing a good overall cleaning. All this has been in a video before, so we're just catching you guys back up. Simple things that I always like to address on any of my rigs that I'm quote-unquote flipping or keeping for myself. Why not treat it for a little bit of $100 value from Amazon or any other online real estate retailer, there we go, so that you can get yourself a nice new seat cushion and covers. Look at that thing, looks like brand new. Last but not least, this is where I left you guys off. We discovered it was a New York truck. I just completely looked over the Carfax, and somebody ran a line and bed lined over the top of all of it. So we're gonna. Well, guys, welcome back to V-Belt & Son. This is the side of the channel that I work on, old Dodge trucks. So I got options right now. Either one, run it through the forestry side of V-Belt & Son, put it through the chipper. I don't know if you can tell, it's got a little bit more pep to her now. Alrighty folks, welcome back to another episode of This Old Truck. Just kidding. But man, this truck is almost 20 years old now. Bought this thing with, I thought it was a pretty good deal because it came with flatbed. Sold flatbed, that made up for the price of the truck. Having issues. What the issues we have, well, right now I got to currently start it with a little bit of brake clean. So we got injectors or a sensor or something's not happy. We got no check engine lights on that subject or any at all. But it didn't come with the bed from factory. It had a flat bed, sold that, got a white one because I couldn't find silver, so I need to paint that. I need to fix the rust, and that's what we're going to start on today. It's got a leveling kit, put some bigger tires on it from my buddy Bobby J, and it's starting to look actually like a nice truck. It's got a new hood on it off of a gasser, late model grill. It doesn't quite match, but no one notices. But this thing could be a damn good work truck. So let's go ahead and start fixing this rust. Dripped a little paint on my unit here. What's up, Tom? Hop in!
You know, without a door on here, you really get a good view on the old girl. There's so much more room back here without a door on.
Dude, I don't know why people even use doors.
We can do a couple tubes, half doors. The Toyota guys do.
I mean, after I sell the flatbed, this thing's pretty much cheap as hell. We just turned this thing into a Jeep. Too bad it wouldn't fit in the trailer. You know, get this thing. You got a Cummins pulling, the Weekend Warrior, and then you got Cummins in the bed. You know. Well, this side is welded in, done. As far as the outside goes, I'm gonna do inside. But yeah, you can see the welds a little bit of mud's gonna cover that right up, make it right as rain. Ain't gonna spend too much time worrying about that. Let's go ahead and knock out the other side. Kick it with my friends in the hot sand. I got a song blasting by the Zach Brown band, yeah. Got a case of cold beer, ain't gonna last long here. I pick my friends up at the pier. They're all like kicking it high, kicking it low, making noise like a big truck show. Raising hell is the way to go. Yeah, we're kicking it fast, kicking it slow, bouncing around like a rodeo. Bad girls wanna rock and roll. Yeah, we're kicking it. Getting the buzz around 3 o'clock, tanning in the bed of my big truck, waiting on the right heat on the barbecue. Big old waves and a clear sky, life's good out here, and I wonder why anybody would ever leave this place. Yeah, the bar at the beach sells margaritas in the big shelves. Let's all go crazy, baby. We're all like kicking it high, kicking it low, making noise like a big truck show. Raising hell is the way to go. got everything out. Okay, simple. It's already doing stuff. I just went ahead and set it to everything it's got. 20 minutes, turn. Didn't even, instructions right there, didn't even, I saw them. Don't know much about them. What else do we have in this box that we can throw in there? Oh, yeah, we gotta throw those in there. Shoot. Some petroleum jelly. Do I need to say anymore? You figured it out. Make sure you got your copper washer up there. Some of these seem to be on there pretty tight, but some of them are loose. So get her all lubed up good. Trying to keep track of the little red caps. Taking them off, throwing them right in the box. They got brand new nozzles on them. I can actually see the holes are just absolutely tiny, so you get a good fog out of it. But on the injectors that came out of the truck, they're pretty obviously, you can see them. There's two bolts that hold these bad boys down on this little collar, and the collar is teetering. So when you put it in there, you got to equalize it. So when you tighten one, it tightens both. That makes sense. So you got to go down even. But there's simple direction on it. This side over here, away from the injector feed tubes, is going to be flat. The other side is round, or you can just look right there's a hole. So let's see if we can angle this in there. I got the ultrasonic thing cooking some more. Found out you can turn up the temp to 75. Can't see. This one saved my life. There we go. Normally you take a rag and double it over and push right on the top of it, but these got these nice little caps on it for protection, and they work just fine. Got one more to go. All right. Well, I'll be danged. All right, now we need to make that color transfer over to this. So, step into the Hurricane real quick. We're hoping right there, PS2. Okay, that makes life a lot simpler.
Let me know. Do you feel me too? Let it show. 'Cause babe, I'm into you. We've been on and off, in and out, up and down too many times. Now it's time. Show me what you got. Some say that it's the little things. I say that it's a big old ring. Anything to hear you
Well, we have to get wiring harness for the back of this truck. So I came to pick a pole. Right off the bat, found me a 3rd gen that says not for parts. Dang it. Nice truck though. Let's see if we can find one. Remember I needed taillights? Crap. Destroyed. Look at this. A silver one. But it's short box. So I found a problem was with this truck. You can find a bunch of short boxes. And I was like, oh man, silver tailgate, perfect. Arguably in better shape than the one I got. It still works. Crap, I'm gonna have to back a tailgate out of here. I need these, and these. Yeah, probably buy the tailgate. It seems like a good, I don't know, I'll ask them how much it is. There's a 8 lug. And look at this, factory sport truck. And I wonder if they got a red one of these. Let's see how they took the interior out. It's a fake sport, not a leather. I'll snag on that. That right there, very rare. Yeah. Factory fogs, a switch alone, hard one. But this right here for a 2nd gen, this is a mix year kind of a deal. I bet you this truck's a 98. We'll have to go look. What I tell you, 98. 98. Got the mini mirrors. Oh, there's another 3rd gen. Was that on fire? Yep. I think I'll just go ahead and take that taillight and order me a fresh set for this truck. And it's 56 bucks for tailgate, so I went ahead and got it, even though it's got a dent. Still waiting on the back order of my little bushing thing down there, but oh, I think I can get it in the backside and straighten that out just a touch. But either way, I think that was worth the $56 to go to get that, considering just the gear inside there is worth 75 bucks, and then the straps, it's well worth it, in my opinion. Oh, this was my personal favorite. This is the backup light out of the truck. It is white with a green stripe, not to be confused with the white with green stripe over here, but tail lights is a purple with a black stripe. They're both the same year. What? Yep. Borrowed a taillight out of the 04. Ordered new ones for it. It's fancier ones. Forgot the wiring harness and went from that down to the wiring harness, so I had to extend the wiring harness. Luckily it's the same plug-in. But we are in business. I just need to go down there and heat shrink solder all those things together, and we'll be good to go. What else? I think that's about it. Now, I've put flatbeds on trucks. I put them on cabin chassis. I put them on regular pickups that were converted to flatbeds. By far the easiest route to go is you take the factory plug-in that goes to the trailer right there and unplug it and just plug and play straight into that. Leave factory everything. You never know what's going to happen with the truck later on. All right, this is the moment of truth right here. How'd we do? Oh yeah. Easy way to check everything. Your turn signals are also your brake lights, so you put your flashers on. So you do it by yourself. I guess I could make sure they're flickering on the right side, but I ran the brake controller and it brake controlling. Well, you can tell the difference in the bed just a little bit there, but it's kind of funny to think. Got the hood off of an 07, grill off an 07, tires and wheels off an 04. Interior, that's the original stuff. And nothing else got swapped around in there. Bed is off of an 07. Different 07 than the front 07. This is off of an 04. Tailgate is off an 03. We're just all over the place. But we are almost a complete truck again. Last thing right there, and we're done. We can go ahead and crank the truck just so you guys can hear how goofy it sounds before and after. You guys have no idea how relieved I am that it cranks like that, and I just pray to God it keeps doing that, because this truck's been a battle. But I am enjoying
driving this thing around the yard. It's my new yard mule. I gotta go up to wherever my side by is at. I gotta go get the Sawzall out of the floorboard of that because I was cutting something somewhere. Measure this off and I'll show you the exhaust.
Looks great. I'm gonna cut it here and here. That'll get rid of that junk just about right. Somebody beat that to make it work, because that's I don't even, no words. Been leaking too. Tailpipe fell off. That made it a lot harder with that thing falling off here. Might have made it easy. Get in there. Well, it's good to know my fingers are working back there. Brand new Clampamundo right there. I believe this is a diamond eye muffler. Didn't really care for the sound on a 12 valve with it. Pretty ridiculous, the stuff you end up cutting off the truck. Oh my God. It got worse. So that looks like a piece of 3-inch. It had a, might have been a 3-inch coupler down to a 3 inside here. They just ran. You know what that little guy goes to? Let's see. Uh-oh. There we go. Now we got a little button back. It is not the most ideal day to be out here doing this, but we have what we've been looking for over a year. That's right, I've had this truck for over a year. And I don't even know really where to start with this, but the videos have told the story, no doubt, up until this point. But this truck has battled me tooth and nail the whole time, and we're real close. We've worked out, hopefully, all the kinks. I had a couple more, knocked on wood right there. But a big hurdle I've been dealing with, I tried to sell this thing as like a mechanic special a couple rounds, and then I was like, you know what, I ain't gonna do that. I went back, fixed the stuff. And I don't have a lot tied up in it, but I got enough to like almost lose some sleep over. No, I have lost some sleep over it. But the bed, I bought this truck mainly because it had that Bradford bed on it. And I was like, well, I'll just put a regular bed back on it. How hard would it be to find a silver one? I found 3 this last whole year. First one, $350. It had a big old dent right here, like somebody threw a motorcycle at it. The second one, I don't even remember what the second one was. It was pretty, oh, I know what the second one was. It was in a wreck, and it had a slab of Bondo starting to pop up right here. But that's silver. It's supposed to be PS2. Couldn't find it. So what I did is I bought a white bed for my buddy up north, and he sold it to me with a B&W hitch. So I basically got the bed for free in a sense, because I really wanted the hitch, but I was like, oh, I'll take the bed also. And I paint matched it to the truck. Nope. I don't know if they messed up at the paint shop or what the deal was.
So I ended up having a bed that's slightly off color to the truck.
Only good thing about that is I paid $400 for that gallon of paint and only used up not quite 20% of it, and I used the rest on the first gen, which I'm pretty happy with how the first gen came out. You got to spray this stuff a lot thicker when it's this silver metallic-y with a black inlay, or else it's got clouds. So this bed, it didn't come out good. And the third one I found was at a junkyard, and I knew they wanted way too much. But then I finally found a good deal on one. But it was at the coast. So my buddy Bobby J and I drove all the way over there. Well, technically it's like a 3-hour drive, 3.5 hour from here. But I went to his place, took his truck and trailer down. He had to buy some other stuff, so it was a good, hang out with my buddy kind of day. And drove back to his, unloaded it. So let's go check out this new bed. Technically it's the 4th silver bed I found in 12 months. Well, drove all the way to the ocean. What kind of trouble we get into today. Needed this bed. It's the most absolutely difficult thing in the world to find a silver bed in the long bed that's not in terrible shape. But then Bobby J decided he can go buy some tractor stuff, so 2-for-1 special. So hopefully everything makes it back. Almost lost a U-joint. Not for the truck. Same size. Little dangle bird. He'll be all right. I need Z tie downs right here to get the bed off of the truck. Not this truck, but the other one. I think it's close to being pulled, except for, 8 bolts. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. I got 2 for the hex ones in the back of my pocket. Kept grabbing it. Go ahead. Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah.
This stuff came out pretty good, huh?
Turn it white.
Yep. Does it look good?
Yeah, it does.
You want to check the other side?
Yeah.
What you got in your hand?
What stick?
Say it louder.
What stick?
Yep. How's this paint look over here? I like it. Let's see how it looks inside the door. It's kind of nice. First time we looked at this truck, dude, that was all rotten. But now it's nice and solid.
Now look in there.
Dude, freaking stoked. We got ourselves a nice truck now, boy.
Now look in there.
What's in there? Dude, we got one of these in here. Nice.
One of those.
Yeah, it's all in the details, folks. Look at that bed. Arguably nicer than the cab now. Good guy. Yeah, it's good to see that truck all one piece again, man. Whew. I like it. Alrighty, folks, this truck literally, without a question of a doubt, has to be the biggest struggle truck that I had to deal with. Just the amount of random stuff that popped up from start to finish. I bought the truck kind of on a whim. The flatbed was a major decision maker on getting this truck because I had that nice Bradford. And I'm glad I bought it because it opened up the doors for a lot of other builds, because I titled the first video of this, the cheapest third gen on Marketplace, or buying it, however I posted it. And that almost opened some floodgates up for a lot of other offers and some other trucks. And the main truck that I scored was the 05 Crew Cab short box truck that I got and built for father-in-law, and that absolutely transformed his daily routine having that truck in his life. So I'm stoked on that. So I got to be stoked that this truck is finally done. The silver truck has made its comeback, and I've jumped through so many hoops with this old girl. First, we heard it was just a starter. So we put a new starter on, burned that one up because it was an Amazon special. Put a Napa one in there. The truck would breathe to life on occasion with those old injectors, but I'm glad I put a fresh set in there because it barked to life every time after that. It did end up sitting for a little while after I put the new injectors in it, hence why these videos have not been posted. There is over a year's worth of footage in this one, video that you just watched. So it sat for a while. We got the red bed for it, and I ended up using this truck for a yard mule for the longest time. I got tons of hours using this truck around the yard, driving it back and forth, hauling stuff around the yard, and I'm not bummed that this project landed in my lap. In the end, everything works out even Stevens in a sense, but I was glad that it opened the doors for some of these other builds, and I'm glad that this one was saved. It will probably haunt me a little bit thinking about projects like this later on down the road. In a sense, it really wasn't that big a deal, except for discovering stuff on your own that was, not mentioned when you made the purchase. Some stuff I just simply overlooked. But luckily, the engine was strong runner with the new injectors. It had no blow-by. It had great oil pressure, heat and AC work, cruise control. So we put extensive miles test driving this truck to make sure it was all roadworthy and ready to go. There was a couple other odds and ends that I buttoned up on here, but I feel like you guys probably didn't really want to see all the true down nitty gritty and just every little thing here and there. But it does have a rebuilt trans. It does have the upgraded steering, upgraded box, this and that and the other thing. And I really have, in the past, I've always stuck with second gen trucks, mainly the 12 valve flavor, because those things are just so simple, especially if they got a 5-speed. A lot less can go wrong, and it's a lot cheaper to work on. If you price out injectors for a common rail, they cost as much as a 12 valve. I'll figure that out. But I'll just give you a little teaser what's to come later on. More than likely, it'll go on the classic channel, my personal Samson Andrew, but I did score a couple crew cab Fords, old dent sides. This one on the trailer happens to be a factory 4-wheel drive crew cab short box truck. So those are extremely hard to find. That'll come up on one of the channels later on. More than likely, well, I do have the original drivetrain and engine and everything for that truck all rebuilt, ready to go in. But, man, you'll just have to wait and see what comes of this third gen that we fixed in this video. See what I end up getting for it and this and that. Maybe we'll get a 12 valve and a 5-speed or something to throw in it. We don't know. But I'm very happy to have this truck finally done and on the road. And it's actually kind of fun to drive. Just kind of a little yip, crummy kind of a truck to drive around. But it cleaned up really nice, and I'm happy to have saved this one. Clean title, door shut good. Let's save them. All right, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Later.